Hi guys, welcome back to the Makeup Hunter. I'm Laura. In today's video I'm really excited. We are going to be doing a review and wear test of the new Fenty Eaze foundation. I've only had this a couple of days. I got it on launch day and I've been dying to try it, but I really wanted to try it for the first time on camera and see how it wears, hence the bare face. So it is now almost 9 o'clock at night. It's probably not going to be like a massive long wear test, but I don't wear foundation makeup for very long periods of time anymore. I'll probably take this off about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning to try and get as long as possible out of it. So if you're interested in seeing all the details on the new Fenty foundation, then please keep watching. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, give me a like and hit that notification bell to be reminded on the very rare occasion that I upload to this channel, which at the moment isn't that rare. I'm on a roll. Go me. Anyway, if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then just keep watching. Okay, so this is the new Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop foundation. This is obviously the outer packaging, and this is what the actual foundation looks like. It's quite a small component. There is 1.8 fluid ounces in here, or 32 milliliters. I got mine in the shade 3 on the Fenty Instagram page the day or two before it launched. They shared sort of like a shade guide. Now in the hydrating foundation I wear shade 160, and that it said if you were, I think it was 150 to 160, then go for shade 3. When I was looking at the demo videos I was a little bit concerned that 3 would be too dark for me, but actually looking at it, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good match. Also, being a lighter coverage foundation, it shouldn't matter too much if the shade is slightly out. So I'm going to read the claims off the back. It says light to medium coverage for all skin tones, blends and blurs to instant perfection, light as air. And it sounds right up my street, because these days I like a lighter coverage foundation, like a tinted moisturiser or a BB CC cream. So to give this foundation the best shot, I haven't used a primer. I've just done my normal skincare routine, and I've used a moisturiser that's not too rich. It's just sort of like middle of the road water gel moisturising cream. I have dry skin, dehydrated skin, and at the moment I've been looking after it well, so it's pretty good. The only thing is I've got a purge pimple here, as I've been neglecting my skin a little bit, and I've just started really focusing on getting my skin to a good place again. So as I said, I'm not going to use a primer, because I wouldn't always use primers with foundations, and when using a brand new foundation or skin product, I want to see what it can do on its own, rather than, you know, alter the application or the wear time by putting something underneath it. So the way I'm going to apply it is how I would normally apply these kind of lighter coverage foundations, and that's with my fingers, and then I'm going to just perfect over if needs be with a beauty sponge. So I'm going to bring you a little bit closer so you can see my skin up close, see what it's like, and then I'll do the same when I've got the product on. So I have some redness where I get extremely dry around my cheeks. I've got my little purge pimple. I've got some redness under my chin from plucking. Polycystic ovaries, endometriosis, I love you. And I get very dry around my hairline. So also my eyebrows are popping. I've been using castor oil on them, so they are, and not plucking them or trimming them, so they're a bit wild at the moment. So let's zoom you out, and I'll start to apply this. Actually, I'll bring you just slightly closer whilst I apply it. Okay. So I have a mirror to the side of me, so if I'm looking over here, it's looking into the mirror. So I'm going to start with sort of that much. The colour looks pretty good. Doesn't really have a particular fragrance that I can notice. I am probably going to need more. Okay, so that's that blended in. It almost feels slightly drier than skin tints that I'm used to. I've got the Glossier skin tint, and I've got other, and I'm going in with a little bit more. I've got other tinted moisturisers, and they feel a lot more moisturising. This one doesn't feel particularly hydrating. It's almost got a not matte, but it's certainly not dewy. It's blending really easily, actually, from what I can see from this distance. I am going to bring the mirror in closer. So far that's been 2 drops. I'm just going to do a little bit more just for under my chin. The shade match is spot on, absolutely perfect. I don't think I could have got a better shade match. So if you are wondering about what shade to get, that is really handy, that guide on the Fenty Instagram page. So I'm just going to have a look closer up. Okay, so it's pretty much undetectable on my skin. Really seamless. The only thing I am noticing is on my nose and the sides of my nose, it is gathering, and it's gathering around this pimple. I would say it is definitely blurring. It's not dewy, it's not glossy. For instance, the Glossier skin tint is very radiant when it's on the skin. This isn't at all, and it feels set down. In fact, it feels like I've pretty much got nothing on my skin. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer. It's also gathering a little bit under my eyes. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer so you can see what I mean. Is that better? So I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this. Yeah, you can. So you can see that it's gathered slightly on my nose. It's gathering slightly around this pimple, and it is gathering here as well, and it looks a little bit dry under my eyes here, but between my brows is fine. Where I get dry on my cheeks is fine. It just seems to be my nose. So what I'm going to do, I wouldn't usually do this, but just for science, I'm going to put an extra little bit across my cheeks to see if the coverage can be built up at all. I would be happy with it as it is, but just to see if it can be built up a little bit, I'm just going to add a little bit more. So I've just took a small amount more, and I'm just going to put that, as I said, across my cheeks and a little across my nose. See if putting any extra helps at all. I'm going to actually bring the mirror closer so I can see as I apply it. So adding that coverage to my nose hasn't helped at all. It's made it worse. It's almost as if it had started to set itself, and by adding an extra layer after a while has disturbed it slightly. So let's see. If you can sort of see it at all. And now I'm just going to take my damp sponge, and I'm just going to see if okay, using the sponge on my nose has helped ever so slightly, but I'm not sure if that's because it's just removed the product. But this is how we're looking at the moment. I love it everywhere except for my nose and this little pimple. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go away, do the rest of my makeup, come back, show you what it looks like once my makeup's done, and see how everything lays on top of it, and then I'll start doing a wear test. I've got another couple of videos to film tonight, so being under the lights will sort of give it a good test as well. So in what is probably a second your time, probably half an hour in my time, I'll be back. Okay guys, welcome back. I am back. I have applied the rest of my makeup, so I'm just going to give you a brief rundown of what's on my face. So I obviously had just put the Eavesdrop foundation on. It's not Eavesdrop, it's Eavesdrop, but sort of said like eavesdrop, it's Eaze drop, and I keep saying eavesdrop, so I do apologise. But I've got concealer, Revolution Conceal and Define, under my eyes and just on this pimple. It was really strange when I actually moved from here onto my bed and had got all my makeup brushes together. The dryness around my nose had seemed like it dissipated a little bit, almost as if it had sort of sunk into my skin in those few minutes. When I'd done my concealer, which went on beautifully, and I put the concealer on this pimple, there was no dryness or patchiness around that spot, or it looked absolutely fine. Everything went on top beautifully. I set lightly under my eyes with a loose powder and a damp sponge, and I just used that around my mouth, in between my brows, and across. No, I didn't put it on my nose. Then I put cream bronzer on, and I always put cream bronzer on my nose, and by the time I'd blended the cream bronzer across my nose, that dryness had disappeared completely. It had obviously been blended in with that cream bronzer. I then set the rest of my face with very lightly with a slightly radiant pressed powder. I've got powder bronzer to set the cream bronzer, and then I set my face with an illuminating setting spray and did my powder puff trick. Everything went on top beautifully, and I am absolutely in love with how my makeup looks and my skin. It's now 10 o'clock at night, so I am going to wear this for as long as possible. So I've had it on for about 45 minutes, so, well, 45 minutes to an hour by now, and it's absolutely beautiful. I do usually prefer a more glowy base. This is quite matte, but after using it with the rest of my makeup on top, I don't think in future I would bother setting. I wouldn't even set under my eyes, because it felt like it set itself, and the concealer seemed to set on top of it absolutely fine. I've set it just because I was doing my sort of usual makeup routine for when I'm filming. I do tend to powder when I'm going to be in front of the camera for a while, so I'm really pleased with that at the moment. So I hopefully will be back in a while, well, as long as possible, to show you how it's looking. It may not be on my camera, I may do it on my phone, but you'll get to see what it's looking like after a while on my skin. So I'm just going to bring you in a little bit closer so you can see everything close up. And you can see my nose looks absolutely fine now. The colour match is perfect. As I said before, it's not oxidised at all. It's just, I'm so far really, really impressed. So, Oh, wrong way. I'll be back soon. Hi guys, I thought I'd just do a mini check-in. It's been 2 hours now that I've had the foundation on. This is recorded on my phone, so it may look a little bit different. I think the foundation actually looks better the longer it's been on my skin. There's not really any gathering like there was when I first applied it. I really like it. Excuse my hair. So yeah, I'm going to leave this on for as long as possible, and I'll do some more check-ins definitely, but so far so good. Hi guys, so I'm doing my final check-in. It is just before 2 AM, it's about 7 minutes to 2, and I'm ready to take this makeup off and get into bed. Foundation looks perfect still. The oils are starting to show through slightly on my forehead, but that's, you know, no big deal. That's quite normal. I've got my oils are coming through on my chin and on the bridge of my nose, but I actually quite like that. I think the foundation looks beautiful. It's definitely one of those that looks better the longer you have it on. My lipstick's obviously gone. So yeah, all in all, really happy with this foundation. I'm looking forward to... He's waiting for me to go to bed. I'm looking forward to playing with it more, trying it out for longer periods. Obviously I started quite late tonight, but this is pretty much the average that I'd wear my makeup, probably about 4, 5, 6 hours. So yeah, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you very much for watching. Please give it a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Leave me a comment, hit the notification bell to be notified when I post a video. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're looking after yourself. Keep loving yourself, keep loving each other. I hope that whatever's going on in your life at the moment isn't too overwhelming, and if it is, I'm sending you massive cuddles. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.